Welcome to Python Science. My name is Furkan. This tutorial is the first tutorial in Beginner Python tutorial series of my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to install Python 3, Jupyter Notebook, and Visual Studio Code. If you already know how to install or you already have those in your computer, you can just skip to the next tutorial. Let's start. For Python 3 installation, open a new browser window and go to python.org/downloads. When I prepared this video, the latest version is 3.8.2. You may download 3.8.2 on older distributions list or just download the newer version. It won't make difference for beginners tutorial series. So just download the setup file for your operating system. Mine is Windows. After the download is completed, just double-click on the file you downloaded and start installation. It will start Python setup. In the first screen, you will see two options. Install Now option will install Python into default path with common add-ons. Customize installation option will make you to decide what to install and what not to install. Also, you will be able to change the default installation path. On the bottom of Python setup window, there is an option Add Python to Path. This will add python.exe into Windows environment variables. We are going to check this option to use Python on command prompt to run Python codes, scripts, and files. I want to show what comes in Python setup. For that reason, I will select Customize Installation. On the second page, there are some optional features. Documentation is the standard Python documentation. No harm to have it, but I have never used this one. Most of the time I visit the online documentation of Python. Pip is very important to have because in standard Python distribution, most of the developers use pip to install packages like pandas, numpy, anything on pypy.org. Thickener and IDLE for designing graphical user interfaces and Python native development environment IDE. Python Test Suite is used for software testing. It's a useful package of libraries. I will just select all of them, then click on Next. You will have the advanced options. If you have multiple users on your PC and want them to use Python, just check the first option. You can associate files with .py extension to the Python launcher. You may want some shortcuts on desktop and start menu, so just tick on this. Add Python to environment variable, which I already told it's necessary to run Python on command prompt. Precompile standard libraries. This option is important because in further steps, if you want to install some new packages, you will need these packages for most of them because all compiled binary files will be in this option. Download debugging symbols and binaries. These symbols and binaries will be used for debugging your code and throwing warnings and error messages. I will recommend you to have them both. Let's customize the installation location. You can select any folder, but consider that Windows has a character limitation for path name. So I always use as possible as shallow folders on my drives. I set installation path of Python on my D drive, then click on install. Installation will take some time. If everything goes well, you will have a success message like I do here. Let's close this window and test Python is working or not. Go to command prompt and type Python, press enter, then type print parentheses with double quotes, hello world, double quotes, and close the parentheses, then enter. If you got the same result in my screen, bravo! You installed Python successfully. Let's install Jupyter Notebook now. Mostly I'm going to use Jupyter Notebook for this tutorial series. but some tutorials will be done on Visual Studio Code. Jupyter Notebook will provide us to interactive usage and see results line by line while coding. To install Jupyter Notebook, open a command prompt and type pip install notebook, then press enter. Pip will install Jupyter Notebook into your Python environment. I have already installed, so just skip the installation by verifying required packages. If you got any error or warning, pip will throw these messages on your command prompt with yellow and red font colors. To check installed Python packages, type pip freeze, then press enter. Just search this list for notebook and you will see that notebooks installed in your Python environment. To run Jupyter Notebooks, type Jupyter Notebook, then press enter. It will start a web service and the browser for notebooks. The default folder, you can add a new folder for your projects or just create a new notebook file in this directory. Let's try Jupyter Notebook with some code. Write some Python codes or mathematical expressions and press run to see the results. You can save notebooks, or you can add a new line into your notebook. You can do various operations on these buttons. You can just discover those options by yourself. You can change the file name from here. Just click on the logout button to log out and close your browser and the command prompt. So far we have installed Python 3 and Jupyter Notebook. Now we are going to install Visual Studio Code. Let's open a new browser window and Google Visual Studio Code. Find the download Visual Studio Code on search results and click on it. It will direct us to download page. As you can see on my screen, Visual Studio is available for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Select the download link corresponds to your operating system and start download. After the download is completed, go to your downloads directory and run setup file by double-clicking on it. Accept the license agreement. If you need, you can read it, then click on next. There are some options here. They are related with your operating system's behavior, like shortcuts, right-click menu items, etc. I will leave them as they came and click on next. Then click on install. It will install Visual Studio and show you a success message. Let's start Visual Studio Code from here. We are going to need some extensions for Python code completion and debugging. So go to the extensions on the left menu, click on the extensions symbol. I use Magic Python and Python extensions for Visual Studio Code, but you can have any one of them by typing the name on the search bar and searching it. Just click on them and install from there. After you installed extensions, restart your Visual Studio Code. You will have a message for select Python path and enable IntelliSense. Just select default Python path by clicking on the select button, then click on enable button to enable IntelliSense. So you have installed Visual Studio Code successfully. Let's start learning Python. If you have any questions or issues or feedbacks, write a comment for this video. If you like this video, click on the like button. For more videos, do not forget to subscribe Python Science by clicking on the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. This was my first video on YouTube. If I have mistakes, forgive me. I already have some feedback, so in the next videos I will be better.